Hey, all right. We are live, or at least that's what YouTube's telling me. It's Thursday, March 7th, 2019, 10:30 a.m. And we have a Juggernaut. I think I finally got the spelling of it right. I kept wanting to put an A in there, and Jug didn't seem right, but I guess it is Juggernaut. Juggernaut. Um, Jaggernaut. Jug. And Ron will be probably dropping in. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for dropping in. Uh, so I sent Ron the link. He may have had a slight holdup, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. This is for Ken. I believe Ken is probably in the room. Let's see who's saying hi this morning. There's Joe. Hi, Joe. Good morning. Ken, there you go. All right. And Eldon Cooper. And I see Ron is just getting into the room. So there he is. Good morning, Ron.
Good morning. How's it going?
Good cold morning, right?
Free.
Ken knows about it too. He's over in the Central Florida area, and I think it's kind of cool over there in Florida, all
He's
around.
towards Orlando, right?
Yep. And Ken said it looks good already, so I'm done. Let me get a label on it and put it in the mail.
Ship it.
So I was just explaining. I think I finally, as I was telling you, I was um, having a hard time getting Juggernaut's name. I want to say Jaggernaut, and because when I would do the jug thing, it just didn't seem right. But it is. So I actually looked it up and saw it on his own comic book, which I really wasn't aware he had his own. Was it a miniseries, I guess? And I guess the other thing is I had forgotten that Juggernaut was in the Venom of the Madness that I worked on with Kelly Jones.
Well, there's nothing mini about Juggernaut.
No, not at all.
Just call the series.
That's right. And was it a limited series?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Or did it just get canceled? Which seems to happen. Yeah, as Joe's making fun of our cold temps.
Oh, you get used to 80, 90 degrees and it drops down to 40. It's pretty cold.
That's true. And I don't live in Florida for 40. But he might be in the teens again or below, which is just insane. Why anybody would live there, I have no idea. Of course, people say that about Florida, about the heat. I guess a lot of it has to do with where you were born and raised. A lot of people kind of get climated to the weather, and I think other times it's just you have a bad experience in one or the other, or not really a bad experience, but you have enough experience that you don't enjoy it if you have that change. Some people do like the change of seasons. I understand that. We don't really have it. It doesn't bother me at all. What does bother me is the time change.
That's coming up this weekend.
Is it this weekend or next? It is this weekend.
This weekend is horrible.
I know, because
Joe said he's got 18 up there in Michigan.
oh, he's got a warm breeze in.
Forecasting 40 this weekend, he said.
There you go. That's probably like a summer blast for him.
Well, when I got out there to my car, it was 34 and a little frosty.
Yeah, that frost always makes it seem colder. But yeah, so we're gonna get Juggernaut done and or Juggernaut. I know that's not right.
Hey now,
Hey now, yeah. Uh, jogger. It's more like jogger, isn't it? Instead of
Juggernaut.
juggernaut. I don't know why I'm having trouble with that. It's like, come on, I shouldn't.
Am I Ken number one since it's my sketch? You certainly are, Ken Carson. Number one all day long.
Yeah. Uh, so I had when I was looking for juggernaut. There, I said it right. Juggernaut reference. The madness kept popping up, and I was like, "Oh yeah." It didn't hit me on the like on the first view, and then I saw it again, and I was like, "That's the series I worked on with Kelly." I don't remember the storyline. It's a 3 issue. I did not tell the kidney lady I was streaming, so I wonder what the what the over under would be on her calling. Or I
I say
guess,
she does not.
yeah, I think she had something to do this morning, but that could be about getting over, and she might ring in or text in. So you know, I probably should have let her know, but I kind of like the idea. She's kind of became a staple of the show a little bit, a supporting cast member, if you will.
Probably your first reoccurring guest.
Yes, there you go. Like just to pop in.
Cameo.
Yeah. Little does she know on these videos, I guess it maybe immortalized is too strong a word for my humble podcast or stream, but
She's gonna be internet famous.
yeah, people will be going like, who's this kidney lady John was always talking about, or that would call in?
Nothing's wrong with her kidneys.
No, know that. Not
So
that we know.
Eldon said that it's going to be 73 in Dallas. It was 30 Monday, so he knows what we deal with over here.
Oh yeah, yep. Dallas kind of gets the same.
Don R's in the room says good morning.
Don, long time. I was just thinking about you yesterday. Uh, Glad to see you come in.
And Ken number one loves the fists are almost the same size as your hands.
Yeah, actually, let me just, I'll do like when you're in school and you trace your hand. That is funny. I didn't notice that, but yeah. I usually on these headshots, I don't put in extra appendages and stuff, but on this one, it was, since he's like a big bullet head, it looked a little empty. So I had to throw, I figured I'd throw in his big meaty hands.
Well, Don says he's been busy, but he's glad he could tune in today.
Well, I'm glad you're back, Don, and glad it was nothing, not a sickness or anything. I hope you're just busy. Um, and good to see you're still around and watching. Oh,
I
oh,
lost.
no, that was just Twitter.
Ooh.
Uh, I'll have to get back with that. So yesterday during my stream, and I hear another vacuum, but it's not time for the lady that cleans the building here. But yesterday during my stream, the people that are moving in next door, Ron, came in and they were talking to the guy that's apparently gonna install their. And I could hear this as I was streaming.
The
Install,
floating.
yeah. And he was saying something about, I don't know. I kept hearing him. I couldn't hear the detail about. Well, that you're on the second floor. So I don't know if there's going to be a problem with the installation or what, but I got a feeling. I hope that when they're installing that, I'm not around because it'll be very distracting, I think.
Probably will be. AG's in the room. Good morning.
Good morning, AG. How's your morning weather look? What's the weather like? We're doing art and weather. Yeah, if Dr. Kaz comes in, we'll add some health and other things. We're all over. We're a little bit of everything.
Weather roll call.
There you go. Yeah. What's your temperature? We're taking the audience temperature. You know, the sad thing is when it hits summer, we'll be complaining about the heat.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's just the way, the nature of what we are.
Done. Sunny in the mid 60s in Phoenix.
Oh, that sounds about perfect. That's the way I like it here in Florida. But see, they don't have the humidity either.
AG's got high at 29 today. Heat wave. Supposed to be in the low 50s this weekend, though.
Oh, that's not fun. But yeah, it was, you know, it was really interesting that even with headphones on and talking, I could still hear a little bit of what was going on next door. So I don't know if some of that leaked into the stream or not. Hopefully it didn't.
Don says it's been beautiful there the past few days.
All right. That's the kind of weather I like right there. I think if although I've been to Phoenix, to the Phoenix show when it gets extremely hot and, you know, like 118, 119. And every business has like one of those machines that has a mister type thing. And they say you sweat. It just dries so fast you don't know you're sweating. And I do believe that. But at least, that's the thing. Like I said, I don't mind the dry heat because here we go around sweaty. Well, sometimes we do.
Pretty humid.
Yeah. I think I could live in the Phoenix or Arizona area. Only for that fact that it does get hot, but it also seems to have some pleasant temperature. And you know what, Ron? They don't mess with this time change thing.
That's right. That might be worth it alone just on that.
Yep. But I just read the headline yesterday, and I believe, and I can't remember if he's a governor, senator, or whatever, but Rubio is going to try to get legislation or something passed so we don't have to deal with the time change here in Florida.
Well, that was last year, I think.
Yeah, but I think he's pushing it like again for this year. I don't think it passed, so I think he's going to bring that back up.
Well, I believe it passed Florida legislation, but then it had to go to D.C. to get passed
Oh,
through Congress or something. And
I thought they were trying to pass that like United States wide, or we keep our time zones, but you just everyone's going to get rid of the daylight savings time and uh, the standard time or whatever. It's not needed.
that would be sweet.
I know. Enough's enough. One year when it fell back, I was at a convention out of my time zone to begin with, so it was a little bit, excuse me, a little bit easier to deal with. I still don't like when it's dark out at 5:30. There's something wrong with that. My body goes into, okay, it's dark, go to sleep. So I think that might be my aversion to it, one of them. Of course, that's only that I'm older now. When I was younger, I didn't seem to have that much problem with it. In fact, I liked it when it got dark earlier, because I was usually going out to a club or date or something, and I kind of liked it to be a little dark. Now that I'm older, nah, don't like it. And as I was telling Ron earlier today, we had a little quick phone call. Uh, we do the Alex Trebek joking around from Saturday Night Live, and he's announced that he has stage 4 pancreatic cancer. So good luck to you, Mr. Trebek, all jokes aside. I guess that might kind of, I don't know. Still got to keep the humor, but maybe the Trebek jokes will eventually not be so mm, forthcoming.
Nah.
He's been on that show forever. I mean, I can't remember when he took it up. I took it over, but
Took it over. Was there someone before him? There's always been
yeah,
one.
no, I think there was Bill Cullen. That's probably somebody you would not remember. But I think he was like only the second host of that show.
All right. Arthur Fleming.
Okay. Did someone come in with Art Fleming?
Google.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
Original host of Jeopardy.
Until when does it
64 to 75.
That sound? And then Alex took over, right? I would assume.
Oh, hey, he died in Crystal River.
Gene Rayburn?
Art Fleming?
Or Art Fleming. Gene Rayburn. I don't know why he came in.
He was over my way.
Gene Rayburn was match game, among other.
Good morning, Ashley.
Hi, Ashley. How you doing? I hope you're having some nice, cool weather like the rest of us. So, Ron, did it say anything else about Alex Trebek as far as when he took it over? Was it in 70? I know he's been on that show like forever, and I actually remember the first host vaguely. I mean, like real vague. Art Fleming. Yeah, I think he may have been on another show too. After, I'm not 100% sure though.
Well, I did stop reading after that.
Oh, okay.
I was more concerned about if it was an infinity gem or just like a mystic gem that gave Juggernaut his powers. And Ashley says she's doing well. Chilly today for sure, though will likely hit a low of 80s later today.
Hmm. She's out in that state that I'd probably consider moving to.
California?
Oh, well, if I could afford it.
Okay. Which state is she in?
Well, I don't want to say because she is a woman.
Oh.
If she wants to divulge, that's up to her. But we mentioned it. She's in that state where they have no time change. One of those.
Oh. And Ken number 1 said 1984.
That's when Alex Trebek came on.
I am assuming that.
So there was someone there for 10 years after Art Fleming? Because you said 74 on him, right?
Googling.
Dun. Put your pen down, Ron. You got to stop writing now.
Dude. AG says one of these years I'm going to go to Arizona and watch some spring training games. You can come down to Florida for that.
Yeah. In fact, Disney had that. I don't know if they still do. They had that wide world of sports deal, and I think a lot of teams used to come and use that facility. I don't know if they, like I said, I don't know if they still do.
Well, Ashley said there's about 5 spring training fields, all within about 30 minutes of her.
Yeah, it seems like The warm weather states have a lot of them. Florida, Arizona. I don't know about California. Right past the building that I'm in is the stadium, the Jack, which is where Jackie Robinson played ball. So it's got a lot of historic references around right there. It's actually not called that. Well, it's nicknamed the Jack, but it's really some. I think like its name. It's really a pharmaceutical or some medical thing. And we used to be associated. Daytona did with the Cubs, and now it's the Cincinnati Reds, the minor league, the
Wait,
Daytona Tortugas.
AG said he's already been to Florida already. Sloan Park is where he'd want to be in Mesa, Cubs.
Oh, is that where the Cubs went to? I think it's Mesa, Arizona. Well, there's a Mesa, California. But I think I think there's a Arizona also. I think.
So Art Fleming hosted a couple versions from 64 to 75 and then again 78 to 79. Then Alex
Ah,
came in at 84. So there might have been some break in the shows.
interesting. So maybe the show got canceled for a short period of time. It seems like maybe 6 months or something. Or maybe, I don't know. Here's a question, and if you're still on the page, I'll ask it. If not, I won't.
Go ahead.
Uh, did the show originally, was it always an evening show, or was that? It seems to me like it may have been daytime when it started, before all the soap operas, or
Well, let
maybe
us see.
even afternoon.
NBC daytime
Yeah. Did it give a
from
time frame?
64 to 75. Weekly syndication from 74 to 75. Then again, NBC daytime, October 78 to March 79. And then daily syndication from 84 to the present. And said, yeah, Ashley said Mesa, Arizona exists. AG says that is where the Cubs play at Sloan Park.
The minor league team, I imagine. I don't know. Because aren't the Cubs? Aren't they in Chicago?
Well, yeah, but they probably go down there for training.
That's what I'm saying. They're well. I know their minor league team. It used to be the Cubs here in Daytona Beach until 4 years ago. I want to say 3 to 4. Oh, at least 3. So it's probably more like maybe 5.
Well, Ashley says she would watch the Oakland A's a lot since she went to ASU. She could ride her bike to their stadium.
Mm.
Then she'd take a bus for the Angels since she's originally from Anaheim.
I'm not a big baseball fan. I think but I do got to admit, watching it live is much better than TV. It's a little more interesting. A little, even though it's slower paced, it seems faster paced. And when you're at I've seen a few games here, and it's kind of interesting. You got to watch out for those balls. So I think that kind of when someone's at bat, you do pay attention a little more than if you're watching it on TV. Well, Ken, I'm glad that I could get this. I'm not happy that you're not feeling well, but I'm glad you gave me the heads up so that I could do this while you could actually watch.
Well, Ashley said she's not into sports ball in general. She does enjoy the competitiveness of sports. Baseball was probably her favorite since it was her dad's, and then later for her husband.
Yeah, I kind of see that. Tell you what, my interest in football is slowly is slowly getting there. I don't know if it's all the rule changes, the bad or missed calls, or just that my team is not the best.
We're used to that. That can't be it. We've been not the best for a very long time.
Yeah, that's true.
Ken says he may have to bequeath this to someone. He's heading to the doctor after.
Ah, well, that's I was gonna say that's not good. Maybe I'll have to give it to Warren with his Nightcrawler. But hopefully, my mom, I had to take her to the doctor Monday. It wasn't planned, and she got a Z-Pack and some nasal spray, and she's 91. And she'll be 92 in about a month. So there is something going around.
Definitely. Ken said we should do a meetup with your fans at MegaCon. This is a great little community.
Yeah. Um, if I have time, I normally slammed with stuff after the show, like getting sketches done that I can't do during. And so normally it's just a quick dinner and back to the hotel room and back to work.
So Don said the Cubs do have a brand new complex in Mesa, and it's pretty impressive.
I bet it is. Like I said, the one here it's an older field because it's the same field that Jackie Robinson played on, so it's small. It's in a real highly congested area now. Um, but it has got that history attached to it. I actually pitched a comic series to them. I went over, I put together a little presentation, and it got a little bit of attention, but I was talking to the people in the marketing department, and they're like, well, it all sounds good, but we don't have a sponsor for it. And I was just like, well, yeah, I know that's your part. You get the sponsor. I'll take care of the rest. I mapped out everything for them, gave them the ideas of, what I would do story wise, um, and how they could, either put it in the program book, which they give away at every show. It started out, I was thinking of doing a coloring book for, for younger kids. And then they kind of wanted me to go a comic book. And I was okay with that too, but a little bit more work involved. And then I just said, well, you could either do a book, sell advertising for it, which would, then pay me what I would need to, and, they could make money, or I don't even know if they are that much concerned with making money, or if break even for them is It's fine, but that's been a while now, so I haven't pursued anything further. But I intend to one of these days. Isn't that the one of these days? I just wish they would have took my first idea because we would be like probably going into, I guess, yeah, I guess it would be about the third year now with April coming up. I swear they have plenty of people, businesses, both corporate, um, bigger companies, and local businesses advertising. And I know it's not cheap, so maybe my quote to them for what I would need was just too high. I'll have to get back on that with them. I think if they went the coloring book route, that might be a better start, or coloring page even. I was thinking about doing one of those for them just to give it to them since I'm local here and get some exposure, some local exposure. So that's something I will probably wind up doing sometime. Is just gifting them. Like I said, our new name is the Tortugas, which I believe is Spanish for turtle, and we have I forget the mascot's name now, but of course he is a turtle. All right.
So any plans to see Captain Marvel?
For me,
Yeah, or anyone in general.
no. Um, I don't even see. I don't even see the other movies. So I the only one that I really went out of my way to see was Spider Verse. The other ones, I don't know. I either get too busy and miss them, or I think about even on a matinee. You know, Jacob Bella and I go into a film in a theater is uh got to have the snacks for Jacob, fine, seating and stuff, but I would say it's about $20 a person is what it averages out to. It's gotten so expensive. It's crazy. Um, I get to thinking, well, it comes out on, they usually come out on DVD pretty quick, which I did. That's the way I saw Infinity Wars. Was I just bought the DVD because it wasn't streaming yet, but it was available for purchase, so I just bought it. Could buy some Orville Redenbacher popcorn for $60 would keep me in his popcorn for about a year probably. Now, actually, the thing is, I gotta admit, the movie theater popcorn, the smell, they know what they're doing. It's so hard to resist, but it's so expensive.
Well, I am planning on finding some tickets. I do like getting the IMAX reserved seating ones because I just hate trying to deal with.
Come on, you just like the big screen, the 18-foot, or no, what is it, 18? Is that how big are those things? Does it vary? There's got to be a qualification for that, I believe. Like it's got to be a certain size, don't it? I thought it was maybe 8 stories or something.
I just want to reserve a seat and not have to deal with getting there in a hurry or anything.
Well, see, I can do that here locally, and there's no extra. In fact, they encourage it, because you can go in and actually pick your seating when you buy your tickets. So,
well, Joseph says he's got tickets for tomorrow night. He has to do a real leadership article about it.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Ashley will be seeing it tonight, then joining Comic Playground for their podcast about it.
Oh, are you on the podcast, part of the podcast, Ashley? Because if you are, if you ever want to interview me or talk to me, feel free. I have a lot of podcasts that follow me on Twitter, but none of them have ever asked to. I have people that do podcasts at conventions ask me to, do something there at the table, and I usually can't. But I always tell them, get in touch with me when I get back home. Actually, one of them did, and I was kind of bad on the follow-up, but I think we just couldn't sync a time. But I enjoy doing, doing a podcast. Probably we'll start our own soon, right, Ron? Sometime.
Yes, sir.
Me, you, Zablo, maybe Jared.
If he's not too busy with 12 other podcasts.
I think he makes time for the podcast because he enjoys talking. So
he's got a full schedule, that guy.
Yes, he does. I spoke with him yesterday because I had called him, and he picked up the phone. He goes, "Yeah, I know you called me." I said, "I was just checking in." He's always like, he's kind of funny. He thinks if I call and, he should call me right back. But it was just a chit chat. I was on my way to get Jacob from school, and I called him back because he didn't call me from the day before. And
well, Ashley says she is. I'm not a weekly appearance for them since I have the young ones, but I'll be starting with them once a month or every other week for now. Would love to chat with you sometime for it.
Yeah. You got my information, so feel free to contact me, and maybe we can set up a time. And if you all do it at a different time, I am a very early riser on the East Coast here, like 3:30, 4
2 in the
o'clock.
morning.
Yeah. So, yeah, if we have to do something recorded, we could do that too. I'm painting myself into a corner, or inking myself into a corner, I guess. I was just thinking it was very cute. Well, to me, and Ashley, I was taking Jacob to school this morning, and he's on this Illuminati kick, and he asked me, did I think it was real, that the Illuminati was real, and I said, well, it is a symbol, and it does have meaning, and I said I don't know as much about it as some people, like my nephew knows a lot. He got interested in it. And actually read books and stuff on it. And I said, he could tell you a lot more than I could. So we're driving, and he goes, "Well, do you think it's because he thinks the theme song, somebody on a YouTube thing, or maybe that game Roblox that he plays, they have like an Illuminati game, and they use the little hook from the X-Files, the little whistle sound, and so he thinks that's the theme song for the Illuminati. And he said some YouTube guy was actually sending text messages and getting them back from the Illuminati. And I had to tell him that I don't think the Illuminati is a person. Again, I told him it's a symbol that has, meaning, and it there is something there that people have, structured around it. And so we're parking, and he's like, "Daddy, I got to tell you something." And he said, I, I I don't want to be mean about it, or I don't want this to sound mean." And I was like, "Okay." I said, "Well, what is it?" And I had no idea what it was going to be. And he's like, "Well, when I get older, I'm going to prove to you that the Illuminati is real, and I hope you don't get mad at me." So I just, like I said, it was cute. And I was just like, "Okay, Jacob." I said, "Well, you know, I won't be upset if you prove that it's real."
They might be upset.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I was saying. I told him, I said, I know it's based on, the it's on the dollar bill. He knows that. Uh, he knows about the all-seeing eye and stuff. Sounds like Doctor Strange, really. Um, but yeah, so it was really funny. But I told him, I said, Jacob, I think maybe we need to look up on YouTube. I said, I guarantee there's probably a documentary. And I said, a documentary is like a like a truthful story, or as truthful as can be, about, something. I said, so that would give you a lot more information on the Illuminati and what it stands for and how it was founded and, stuff like that. So maybe I'll have to try to find something like that and watch with him, because I'm sure he'll have a gazillion questions, which is fine. I love that he is inquisitive.
Well, Ashley thought that's adorable. She also said, fantastic to your response to her podcast. She'll definitely reach out. It's a fun show. A couple of new guys to comics, which she thinks is always fun to watch them dive in.
Yeah, great. Definitely we'll set something up. Thank you, Ashley. Bingo. That's you know who, Ron.
I got it wrong.
Yeah, I'm streaming now. She said she wasn't. No, she said she was gonna. So I don't know. You might want to text her. All right. Bye. Okay.
Jugs is going down.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying that little piece of tape because I don't want to put it on the black area, because sometimes it gets a little sticky on the black, a little too sticky. So there it was. There was the call. She was just seeing if she could give Bella a ride home if she needs it or something. And I said, well, I think she's going to take the bus. And she's like, oh, she's not even going to text me? And I said, well, she said she wasn't. And so my sister Ann, aka Kidney Lady, said, well, and that's why I said, maybe you should text her, offer it to her. Bella, for some reason, feels like she's imposing, even though we can tell her a billion times. My sister be like, Bella, call me first. If I'm not doing anything, I'll be happy to come get you. That way I can go about my business and work. So my sister helps me out. I help her out. It's all good.
Well, I went and got some tickets for tomorrow, 11:30.
At night?
No, in the morning, sir. I'm old.
I know better. You're not old, but you have old people values.
Old people
or schedule.
tendencies.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Something along those lines. Not a bad thing. The older I get, the more I think, like, going to bed early is not so bad. I used to be, stay up late, but man, I tell you what, if something comes up in your day, I don't know. I kind of learned that you have to, uh, I hate it in a way, but I'm used to it now. But you almost have to conform to the rest of the world to a degree, because if you, let's just say, okay, doctor appointment, something everybody has to do sooner or later, at least get a yearly or whatever, right? And, doctors aren't going to see you at like 11 o'clock at night unless it's in the emergency room. So, so what are you going to do? I don't like getting up at 12:30 or 1 o'clock in the afternoon anymore. I like taking a nap around that time if I can, but that doesn't happen. Except maybe on a weekend occasionally. Very rarely. Ron, you'll be hitting up the blue plate specials soon.
Yeah, buddy. I tell you, I missed using my 60% off Michael's coupon yesterday. Just got out of work so late. I was really disappointed.
They had a 50% off. I missed that one.
60.
60, one item or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's still, that's
Mm-hmm.
a that's a good one to have.
It is. And it's always one day and in store only. And it happened to be the one day I didn't get nearly to home till about 8 o'clock. So
Right.
I was tired and forgot.
Yeah, I missed that one. Usually those things are on my radar because I will try to think of something like, is it worth my while to go out and, you know, or if I'm out that way, what can I pick up now that I can get 60% off?
Yep. It's not that far out of my way. So I was thinking I'd go grab another pad of paper.
Paper is something you're always going to need, even if it's just that, if you can get it for 60% off, that's a bargain, I would say. I say. I am going to put some more blacks around, excuse me, his face mask area. I just want to erase a little bit where I don't need pencil lines anymore. We're going to bloody up his fist with the splatter too, and in the face area, just let it fly. Okay.
Well, I do see there is a 40% off all regular priced items in your online cart to pick up in the store.
Nothing's ever regularly priced there, though.
No.
That's like that's the coupon you don't want. Everything's on sale, and then they say, no, you can't use it. It's already on sale.
Yeah, it's on sale.
I don't think I've ever purchased anything at Michael's for like full price. I seriously don't. Because I know their prices are inflated to begin with based on, just buying stuff elsewhere.
Really inflated. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but the 60% coupon, that brings it back down to still a good buy.
Yep. 50 over to 60. Those 11 by 17 ITOA portfolios.
Yep. Yep.
Amazon Prime. So you're looking at with it shipped, it's under $17.
Right.
And so I picked up one a week or two ago using what did I have? I think I had a 50% off coupon.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, around $13.
Right.
So, it was definitely worth it.
And you got it right then.
Yep.
You didn't even have to wait 2 days or 1 day. Yeah, see, I always forget about stuff like that. I go right for the do I need some ink? Do I need a bottle of ink? Do I need some paint? Do I need, I forget about the portfolios and the more maybe utility type stuff, storage, like some sort of one of those multi-drawer things, I should think about that, but I don't.
Mm-hmm.
My mind doesn't think that way. I got to be in the store and looking at it to see that. Usually when I go out there, I think, okay, I'll get some ink or I'll get some watercolor or something like that. So a little bit of my fault for not thinking that. That's actually a good thought. I'm going to have to remember, maybe pick up a portfolio or something.
Yep, definitely worth it.
Those Itoya portfolios, when they first came out, were not as expensive as they've risen to. And that's across the board. I mean, you used to be able to pick those up for about that $10 or $15 price tag, like all the time. And then I think they got popular and bang, up went the price.
So what I did notice is they sell an 8x10. That's the smallest they have.
Right.
So that's what I'm going to pick up just for storing these 6x8. So I can just turn them on the side. It will still fit nice and snug.
Yeah, well, I guess I think the smallest they have is something that's too small, right? Probably a 5x7 or 6. What's the others?
There is a
Photograph size?
5x7, but I don't think it was made by Itoya. But you're right. I mean, it was limited.
Right.
I couldn't find one that was 6x8 anywhere.
Yep. Which is weird because 6x8 is, kind of a standard size too. I mean, they make this art paper this way. You can find frames that are 6x8. But you can get by with a little bigger one. It's not going to slide around as much as it would in an 11x17.
Mike Cross is in the room. Man, I
All
thought that rhino looked like Zablo, but this.
This is more Zablo. Is that what he's saying?
That's exactly what he's saying. This is more Zablo. It's the straight teeth I think he's talking about.
Okay. The pearly whites.
The pearly whites. AG says the handle busted off my portfolio. It was really nice leather one too. Expensive.
Yeah, I've had that happen before too, where I just carried it around too much and wore it out, which that shouldn't happen. But when I can't tape the top, it's gonna swing a little bit low.
Your mother says the same thing about me too.
Okay.
Yeah, I told her they do have the 5x7.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still no dice.
Did they have the because I got some before and they were a little more pricey. But not much. I mean, they did go up. When they first brought them out, they were like a little like stitched around the instead of just the plastic, they had like a leatherette um they had a leatherette one and it had like a seam around the outside with stitching and stuff. Real nice. And I found those when I lived in Orlando over at Pearl. And like I said, they were only like maybe $2 more than just the standard, I guess, plastic ones. I don't know if they still make them though or not, and if they do, they're probably not the bargain that they were.
Well, AG says he misses being able to go into an actual art store like Dick Blick and just walk around and pick up random stuff.
I do too. I don't I don't have what I would consider a real art store in the area here. Michael's is okay, but that's very limited to more crafty stuff. If I had a Dick Blick here, I would. Well, as Ron found out though, because he bought some stuff at the one in Tampa. It's not the same price as the internet, which surprised me.
Yep, internet was cheaper.
And I bet, I almost bet if you ask could they match the internet price, they would say no, that's for online orders only. That's my
Yeah.
guess. Or it would be priced in the store that way. But you would think, wouldn't you, that they would want to match their, what are they going to do? Price match theirself? Well, I see this store that has the same name as you online has this product for like, $12 less. Can you match that? What's up with that? You know? Because as far as I know, when I've ordered stuff before, I don't think I've ever, the weird thing is, I don't think I've ever gotten anything from the Tampa warehouse. And maybe it's not a warehouse. Maybe only certain areas are highly stocked. But weird thing is, you would think, they would submit the order and shoot it over to the Tampa people and have them send it to me. but I've got it from like I think maybe Louisville, Kentucky, or somewhere in Indiana and stuff before. I forget where their actual real home base is, but I think it is somewhere in Indiana or somewhere like that. I want to say. But I do sometimes when I'm in Orlando and have time, I'll go. They have a Sam Flax. I'll go walk around and look just to see all the supplies, and something may catch my eye. But Sam Flax is another store that I hate to say that there's no discounts there. It's a fairly expensive store. But I'm like AG. I want to go walk around. It's like it's kind of dangerous for me to do that though. I might spend money that I don't have and maybe on stuff I don't really need.
AG says I get all kinds of in-store coupons for there. They aren't interchangeable.
Oh, they're not? Or they are?
Are not.
Wow. I wonder what their business model on that is. What's the thinking behind it? I guess it's like you can get it today or you can wait a week. Although Dick Blick, they're pretty good. When I order stuff online, depending on the time of day, I, if I ordered something now, odds are I'd get it Monday. What, Thursday? Maybe Tuesday at the latest. But I've actually, you know what? This is ready for splattering, so I can use a little piece of kneaded eraser to. So if Ken is still with us, I hope he's gonna get to see the splattering.
Well, AG said their home base is in Galesburg, Illinois, 45 minutes from him.
Okay. Wow.
It's closer than the Tampa one is to me.
I know. And me.
Ken is here.
Okay. Just didn't want Ken to miss the splatter. Dun, 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 dun. I need some splatter music.
Let there be blood.
Ken, how much red splatter do you want? I aim to please. I just hope my aim with the splattering is good. Where's my scarlet? There it is. Ashley's got the sound effect going, I see. Now, did I get enough? That's what I don't know. Because I'm just going to let it fly. Let it fly. Oh, no, that's let it go. I
I
had to
thought it was let it snow.
Yeah, well, yeah, it could be that too. All right. And bam. Oh, yeah. Bam. Bam. Right in the face. Now some fists.
Yeah, Ken said had it dripping from the knuckles.
Well, I won't paint drips in, but I will give it a good splat. I like that right there in the kisser one. Now we'll bloody up
AG said, very nice piece, by the way.
Well, thank you, AG.
And I found some 6x8.
You did.
I had to think outside the box for a moment. Photo albums.
Oh, okay. I
Six
knew
by
there
eight
had to
photo
be. Yeah.
album. Yep. Ashley says that turned out awesome.
Thank you, Ashley. Boy, that first
And said
splatter.
it was a great splatter shot.
Help me. I'm bloody.
Now, when you get arrested at the Wawa later, just give me a call, bail you out.
Yeah,
I'll be your alibi.
that's right. You'll say, it's on YouTube, officers, really. I believe this is episode 19, or I don't know if this is 20. Okay. Do we do a combo with the white? I will let Ken decide if he wants a little white. I think a little white in there won't hurt. But I'm digging the red. You all aren't seeing it like me. That's the thing. I can, well, maybe you are. I don't know. I got a smaller view. I know that first one that got all in the mouth and stuff was like perfect on the lips.
Ken said you have artistic license.
I think I'm gonna hit a touch of white. We'll see. It may go further than I expect, as far, and not in a bad way. But I'm gonna try at least a little bit of the white here.
What's the saying? Less is more?
Well, that's one saying, but on this, it's like,
Well, that is one saying, but
yeah,
more is
there we go.
more.
Okay, because I'm getting some good. I'm using a different brush, so it's laying down more, which is good. And I think I'm going to call it done there. Now I'm going to clear my drawing board of, yeah, that's going to do it. That was a good splatter. Your mother told me it was a good splatter to wreck. Oh, that went too far, right, Ron? I went too far.
No, I think that's the direction it's supposed to go.
No, I mean with the joke. That was,
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about too.
yeah, I need to retract that. Thank
Ken
you,
says
Ken.
it looks great.
Yep. I appreciate it. Gonna have to let this one dry before I can scan it for the thumbnail. But let's see if I can't try to get you all a little better view. You know, that's the first time I've been using this other little liner brush, but I have this older Raphael #2 brush that I splattered the red and the white with, and I like the way the splatter comes off of that. Gives me more coverage and a little bit bigger splatter, which now I know I'm going to use that. Ooh, yeah. Dun, dun, dun. The cheap 3D effects. Ooh, let it autofocus. There we go. How's that?
I'm not getting any focus.
I know it's blurry, but you can see more of the splatter.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah, no, it's a beauty. Oh yeah, I guess I should have left that little piece of eraser down there. Yeah, I see your retraction there. All right, so what is it? Almost noonish, or is that
Yep.
okay? I was thinking I was going to say almost 11, but then I was like, what am I? I'm not that fast.
11:53.
All right, so I gotta get stuff done today, so I don't know if I'll do another one, but I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm glad I could get this done for Ken. I'm slowly getting through my list of these. If it takes one a day, it takes one a day. Um, one a day. I just thought of the multivitamin.
Multivitamin, yeah.
Yeah. But okay, everybody. Hey, if you enjoyed watching today and you haven't already, how about how about a bloody thumbs up on your way out? I would appreciate it very much. Feel free to leave a comment down below if you're watching this on a replay. And share this if you can. I think I did gain another subscriber, 221 now, so I think I got that overnight. I don't remember having it yesterday, but I saw it on there today. So working my way through these, and consistency is key, so we will eventually get through them all. So let's see, I have, because I'm going through these, and I'm looking at, I could maybe try to do Warren's, who's Ken's comic book guy today, a Nightcrawler, another Mike, well, not another Michael, but a Michael. I have my choice with him of a black suit Spidey or a Thanos. See, I'm trying to not be too repetitive. I just did a black suit Spidey and Thanos recently, so I might jump to the Nightcrawler if I get a chance today. But I will worry about that in a little bit. So for now, going to wrap it up. Thank you all for hanging out and sharing either your morning, your afternoon, your evening with me. And if it's on a replay, thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. And of course, I will say, if you haven't subscribed, please do. Hit the notification bell, like and comment. And with that, I will say arrivederci for now. Take care, and we'll either be back later today or tomorrow. Thank you, Ashley. You have a great day too. I'll see you all soon.